Hello everyone and welcome back for some Angels with Scaly Wings. I believe we had left off from chapter 1 with Bryce here. Oh sorry, we're starting chapter 2 with Bryce, I believe. Yeah, we played one scene with Anna, one with Bryce. So that means we're going to be talking with Bryce more. And while Bryce may have his beer, I've got tea. Hey Cabbage, good to see you. Alright, so quickly, it is to the first question for the chat. Do we thank him for the invitation? You too? Good to see you too? Or, I don't even know what it is, your face. That feels like it would just be rude. Yeah, excuse me, I do have a bit of a snack here. I need to sort of put that away. Hello, Gabriel Lanes. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Hello, Seawolves. Do you guys have a preference about Bryce having invited us to his home? In fact, what was it again that he said exactly? Hey, Cabbage, good to see you. Alright. So, are we gonna be formal, or are we gonna be casual, or are we gonna make some comment about his face? I don't even know what the face is. Alright, so thank you for the invitation. Gabriel, do you have a preference? Alright, you want to say you too? Alright, the dice are saying thank you for the invitation. No need to be so formal. Sure, I'm Chief, but here, I'm just Bryce. Wait a minute, something seems different here. What do you mean? Oh, that's it. We're both sober. Yeah, that's what I think too. Because generally when you have three choices, there's basically a best option, neutral option, and rude. Oh, that's it. We're both sober. I thought we weren't going to mention that. Right. Don't mind the chaos. It's just a temporary arrangement. So it turns out we've seen this before. We have, but no, we're not going to skip ahead. Might as well not. Focusing on Bryce after all. He led me inside and motioned to the couch. When I took a seat and looked around, I realized that his apartment was obviously designed with only a single person in mind. Ah, some days all you can do is be glad they're over. Hi, Doppel. Glad you're here. Long day at work? You know how it is at the police department, especially with everything going on. Is this a bad time for a visit? Hey, things are pretty overwhelming for us too, being an emissary is no joke. Or how many dead have you found so far? I feel like that in my earlier statement. I feel like that how many dead is going to be the most depressing. And I can't tell if you would appreciate the second option as if we were being as a sort of joke, or if the first option would be sort of a joke and levity. Hello, Justin. How are you? I could Google that, but I do have a save just before, so we're fine. We can come back to this if we piss them off by accident. One seems most cordial. Seawolf wants to pick the last. Wow, opposite ends of the spectrum there. Okay, is this a bad time for me to visit? Well, us to visit. Heck no, I could use some good company right now. So, what do you usually do for fun in your world? Do we usually... well, let's put it to a question of you. Do you guys usually read? Do you guys usually meet with friends? Do you usually spend time outside, or do you usually work out? I think I remember Justin picking friends last time? Okay, so Doppel also with friends, Gabriel with friends. I guess I could, out of the options, I could probably say friends as well, because I never go out of the house. I'm always meeting with friends with Discord and stuff. So it seems everybody wants to pick friends. It is actually half of the audience right now, so it could actually end in a tie. Seawolves, Justin? Oh, hey, Raven. What did I name the title again? I think I labeled this referencing Bryce. Yeah, I guess I was thinking of exactly the first option is, thank you for the invitation. No need to be so formal. Game's title. Says Angels with Scaly Wings for me in stream. Says so in the title, YouTube plays Angels with Scaly Wings. Seems to be Angels with Scaly Wings. Oh wow. None. I'm playing an error. Error 404. That's interesting. Alright, so let me just go back real quick. What? Justin, Raven, Seawolves, if you guys are still here, which one would you prefer? Oh, the wings. Oh, I see what you mean. That's amazing. You can still work out? Alright. You can still get Bryce to try flapping his wings. He does try that in this scene. He doesn't actually have wings, but you can get him to try it. He's asking, what do you usually do for fun? So far we have 2 votes for meet with friends, and Seawolves wants to say workout. I just noticed my camera's actually a little bit low. Spend time outside? Alright, that's fair. Justin, are you still around? Seems that everybody wants to meet with friends. If Justin says anything else, I can come back in a moment. Right with you on that one, meeting with friends. How about you? Different things, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know how it is. That's not very specific. Alright, I'll show you something. But promise me you won't laugh, okay? Alright, are we gonna promise him? Sure? Are we gonna say that we can't promise anything? Or are we gonna tell him to just show us because we're both adults here? And I don't know, we may be adults, but we're also childish. Very, very childish at times. Two and one? Alright. One? Alright. Good. He went to a shelf on the far side of the room and picked up a long object, carrying it in his maw as he returned to the table before me and gently set it down. It was a wooden model ship. Yes, because it's funny. I'm never really childish to hurt anyone. If I do, but I either don't know or don't mean to. But childish just for fun. Teasing, joking. It was a wooden model ship. From first appearances, I guess it was a child's first attempt at assembling a model. While the shape was recognizable, there were odd pieces jutting out or not fitting together properly. In some places, blobs of dried glue remained from excessive use. So, our comment on the ship. Who's the Parkinson's afflicted gent who did this? What's this? Or, looks nice. I'm just gonna note that I have personally picked looks nice a lot myself. Parkinson's. That's a good question. I know it's a disease. I know it's a mental disease of sorts. I have a feeling that Doppel might actually Google and get more information better. Parkinson's. How about that? Windows is telling me about something GDQ is doing. What is it? Okay, so Doppel already knows what it is. Yeah, from what I'm reading here, Parkinson's Canada, most common symptoms are tremors, slowness and stiffness, impaired balance, rigidity of muscles. Other symptoms can include fatigue, soft speech, problems with handwriting, stooped posture, constipation, and sleep disturbances. And it is very much worth noting that whatever you do, do not check your symptoms online. If you think you're sick, don't be checking it on Google, because that's just going to give you all kinds of weird crap and then it's going to freak you out and stuff. You should prioritize going to a doctor. What's Parkinson's? Alright, so Seawolf wants looks nice, Raven wants what's this, Doppel also wants what's nice. Okay, everyone wants to say looks nice, and Bryce is now scolding you. You don't need to lie to me. I know fully well what it looks like, but that's not the point. Even though I try, I don't always make the best decisions. I know I'm not the most patient person, but in my line of work, you never know what they're going to throw at you next. so you always have to be prepared. You can't have any exploitable weakness. And of course, I want to be fit for duty. As the chief, people look up to me, so I have to be my best at all times. We can both tell the model's not very good. I don't really have the patience or the dexterity for it. But I tried my hand at this to get better. Sure, it took me way longer than it should have, and my claws were covered in glue for a week afterwards. But you know, these models aren't even intended for us. They're made for runners like Sebastian who have proper hands to do that stuff. I know this ship isn't much, but it's something. And maybe, if I keep trying, I'll get better. Wait a minute, you have ships? Not in this town, but yeah, we have ships alright. Why, does that surprise you? I just find it interesting, because where I come from, we also have vehicles for land and air travel. Well, some of us can fly, and some of us can run as well, but none of us can swim beyond the seas. Do you even have different continents? Not that I know of. You probably have to ask someone who knows more about our world than I do. How can you not know about something like that? Well, we do get the occasional explorer who ventures out into the uncharted seas, but I don't really keep track of that kind of thing. Would you want to visit it if any are ever found? I can't say that I don't find the thought exciting, but in the end, I've got my people here, and they need their chief. Maybe you could take a vacation and see what's out there. Ha! If I ever have time for that, maybe. Can you swim? Not particularly well. You may have noticed that I'm not exactly streamlined. Alright, so are we gonna sarcastically compliment him? Don't worry, Pat floats on water. Are we gonna tell him that he's the pinnacle of masculinity? Or are we gonna tell him not quite? Alright, so 2 votes for 2 already? The pinnacle of masculinity. Okay. Everyone wants masculinity, and there's the blush and wink at Justin. Why do you think so? These muscles are the result of years of hard work. Alright, put your hand on my forearm. Don't you technically have 4 legs? I guess, but it's easier to say forearm than anything, the upper part of my foreleg. Besides, using the word leg might get misinterpreted. You might think, that might make you think my thigh, and that would be something else entirely. Alright. So, just a reminder, it says over there on sorry, wrong way, over there in the little ticker, this is not for children under 13 years of age. That being said, are we going to say that we don't mind grabbing his thigh? Are we going to, haha, right? Or, I wouldn't think of touching you there. First. Alright, 2 for first. That's fantastic. Never picked that option. Alright, fair enough. Let's see what he says. Is that so? Well, let's just keep it on the arm for now. So there was another blush. I placed my hand on the upper part of his foreleg, somewhat surprised at the warmth radiating from his scales. I hope you're ready, because here I go. Yes, oh my. His forearm shifted, the shapes of his muscles changing as they became more defined. In a moment, they were firm and bulging with his scales, flaring under the stress, and looking as if they might pop off at any moment. He reminded me of a flexing bodybuilder in a skin-tight lycra suit. After a few seconds, his muscles relaxed and regained their former shape. See, that's what I'm talking about. Are we gonna color ourselves impressed? Are we gonna flex our own puny muscles? Are we gonna tell him what a waste of time? Probably you don't want to pick that last one, waste of time. I feel like that Teals is now gonna be just outright picking 3. Alright, so flex our own muscles, color us impressed, color us impressed. Okay. So it seems that the majority is on color us impressed. Yep, majority is on color us impressed. Didn't expect that, huh? It's too bad that all those muscles couldn't help you when Reza got away and you got stuck on those stairs. Hey, that wasn't my fault. It was the damn stairs. Speaking of which, this whole case has been completely insane. Us always a step behind Reza, and Maverick running around trying to catch him himself. I wonder what he's been up to. Maverick? Yeah, we had an interesting conversation not too long ago. What? When exactly was that? When I went into town to check on your list of places Reza had been to. How come you didn't say anything about that before? I didn't think it was worth mentioning. It was a pretty one-sided conversation anyways. Alright, maybe you should start from the beginning. I don't want to say he's crazy, but I have no idea what he's talking about. Me neither. You know, next time you should let the police decide whether something like that is worth mentioning or not. Why did you not tell us about this again? I thought it was just Maverick being Maverick. He's not normally like that. I don't get it. Why has he been acting like that? Do you think he's onto something? I don't know, but there must be a reason behind his behavior. Alright, are we gonna insult his best friend forever and say Maverick's crazy? Maybe it's just a misunderstanding, or maybe he's right about Reza. I'm pretty sure that telling him Maverick is crazy is going to be the worst possible option. Okay, everybody wants to say it's Reza anyways. Okay, majority for, was it right about Reza? Okay. You think so? Considering everything that's happened here so far, it's possible. They'll put you in a very bad position. I know, but if I was him, I can't change what he's done. I can only try and help you as much as possible. Yes, we have gotten a few of the good endings. We have met Izumi, so we do actually have some memories. I believe that every time that we come to the Chapter 2 investigation, when Izumi is running away on the stairs, the player character, Cabbage in this case, does say, "She's getting away!" And then they point out, wait, didn't you say she earlier? Did I? You must have misheard me. Good endings. I don't think they really play a part in this yet. So, I've helped you as much as possible. I'm just thinking out loud, but Rez was the first of your kind to come here. He arranged the generators and the PDA trade, and then you came through the portal to deliver your part of the deal. Did your people have any goals or long-term plans for us, or was this exchange going to be a one-off thing? It was supposed to be a scouting mission more than anything, a test to see if this kind of business relationship could work out. And if it did, it would make humanity very happy. Things aren't looking good on that front right now, though. But yeah, that's another reason why I'm helping you. However, this whole thing turns out, no matter what happens, I've got your back, okay? Alright, are we gonna thank Bryce? Literally just thank you? Are we gonna tell him we've got his back too, likewise? Or are we gonna tell him to watch his own back first? I feel like that's a threat. Watch your own back, Bryce. Likewise? Likewise, and thank you. Okay. Alright. Seems that for almost the entirety of the stream so far, there's been the majority of option A, and then one person out every other option. Now that's the spirit. Hey, I'm gonna grab myself a beer. You want one? Alright guys, do we want a beer? Sure. No thanks? Or are we gonna remind him that we weren't gonna get drunk again? Sure, alright. One for reminding him that we're not gonna get drunk again. 2 for first. I'm just gonna get myself some tea. Can't pass a beer. Okay, so it seems that the majority is on. Okay, so sure. Alright. Bryce got up and left through the doors to fetch his beer, leaving me alone in the room. Alright, so we actually have. Any option is completely fine, so we can just wait. We can examine the blanket. We can look at the magazine on the coffee table, or we can stretch our legs a bit. And for your reference, I believe each of the options except wait actually unlocks an achievement, which I have actually collected. Do them all? I don't think we can do them all. I think we can only pick the one. Otherwise we would be doing a quick load and it's safe. Okay, so Seawolf wants to examine the blanket. Doppel wants to abstain, alright. That has me curious, Doppel. Have you actually picked any of the other options? Gabriel wants to stretch the legs, alright. Or look at the magazines, rather. Alright. I am personally amused by the second two. Sorry, the middle. Yeah, I do very much like examining the blanket because the achievement Ode a Dragon. And I do like looking at the magazine because there's, I don't remember, I think it was slightly erotic? Anyways, just for the references anyways. Examine the blanket, because the dice said that one. What an interesting pattern! The way the dark blue stripes contrast against the lighter hue is very pleasing to the eye. It reeks of alcohol and dragon. Bryce lumbered back through the door and handled the handle of a beer-filled basket clamped in his palm. He carefully set the basket on the coffee table and took out the beers one by one. Once he was done, he swatted the empty basket into the far corner. Help yourself, if you like. Bryce's store-bought beer looked very different from what I had seen in the bar. They were presented in a large plastic bowl that were sealed at the top, reminding me of yogurt containers. He broke the seal on one of the containers with his claw and proceeded to drink it noisily. Sweet, sweet nectar. Always does its job. Can I ask you something? Go for it. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I watched how you carried the beer. I was going to ask how you do daily tasks like shopping, for example, but I guess those baskets are your best friend. That's just how we do things around here. Not sure why that's so special to you. That makes me wonder. I know you can use your forelegs well enough for things, but what about your hind legs? Can you walk on those? Good question. If you're talking about my species, some of us can. At least a little. But me? I probably wouldn't be able to make more than 2 steps that way. Interesting. Maybe that's something I should practice as well. It'd be a good exercise in discipline. Regardless, I wouldn't be part of any competition anytime soon. You have competitions? Oh yes. Each species gets their own athletic competition, with a few events every year. That sounds fun. Ever thought of joining in? It's not really my kind of thing. I mean, it's always just about who's the best, who's the strongest, and who has the biggest muscles and all that. I'm not into that whole competitive lifestyle. And some of those events can also be a bit dangerous. One accident and it could be over for me as chief. That sounds rough. What kind of competitions do you have? I usually highlight the individual's species' strengths and abilities. We get to do strength-based stuff, the flyers get to fly, and runners get to run, and so on. Speaking of which, it's kind of funny just how upright you are when you move. Excuse me. The runners lean forward with their big tails for balance, whereas you have yours tucked into whatever that is you're wearing. Actually, we don't have tails. Are you kidding me? Not at all. Seriously? Everything alive has a tail. How can you just not have one? Are we gonna tell them that's just the way we are? Are we gonna say evolution, maybe? Are we going to say some animals don't have tails, us included? Third, alright, some animals don't have tails? Suddenly I'm thinking of Miles' Tails per Hour from Sonic. Just all the references to tails. Alright. Animals having no tails. That's a good question. I never actually thought about it. We have tailed bones, but that's not actually a tail. Some animals don't have tails. That's what everybody's saying. But tails are wonderful. Just look at mine. That's a pretty wicked weapon right now. Yes! 4 tails! And you have nothing? Can't help it. Can't help not growing a tail. You know what? I don't believe you. I'm not sure how I can make this any more clear. Show me. Alright. I would, again, note, not for children under 13. We can show him if you want. We can flat out tell him, no way. Or maybe another time. Doppel wants to show him. Alright. Let me Google this. I'm curious now. Animals with no tails. All apes, frogs, and toads, mollusks, insects, crabs, arachnids, echinoderms. Okay, so apparently there's a lot of animals. Just literally Google it. Alright, so this game is getting weird. It gets better. So everybody wants 2. And Seawolves? Absolutely. It is recommended that you stick around for end of chapter 3 with Bryce, and basically the end of chapter 4 also with Bryce. And then also the ending with Bryce after the chapter 4 ending. Alright, here goes nothing. There we are, just taking off our pants. I can't believe it. You really don't have a tail. Told you so. Why do you cover it all up, anyways? It's a human thing. We usually don't show our bodies to strangers. So, friends are fine? That would be an unusual friendship. Let's just say that displaying that area would usually imply more. Is that so? Okay, so we've got tails covered. What about wings? I don't think we can call those little things on my back wings. What are they then? Articulated pieces of armor, I guess. Can you flap them? I can try. Bryce got up on all fours, rounding his body in preparation for what was to come. His face contorted into a grimace as his upper body strained. He held the pose for a few seconds, but nothing happened except for his continuous groan of effort. Then, suddenly, his wings started to move, slowly at first. They swayed up and down. They gradually picked up speed and moved with a rhythm that could rightfully be called flapping. It reminded me of the pigeons I often saw back home. After holding it for a few seconds, he breathed a sigh of relief as he relaxed and the flapping motion stopped again. A single bead of sweat rolled down the side of his face as he looked at me, panting. Are you going to tell him that was awesome? Are we going to ask him to do it again because we weren't looking? Or are we going to tell him, you didn't even take off? One, that was awesome? Alright. Also, that was awesome. I personally usually always pick, can you do that again? I wasn't looking, and he just replies, you cheeky bastard. So it seems that everybody wants, that was awesome. Alright, something new for me this time. Yeah, that certainly was a first. Too bad they don't have any flapping competitions for my species. That was exhausting. Just right time for a beer. Are you going to stop him from that beer? Are you going to do nothing? Or ask him if he really should have another? Do nothing? Alright. Ask him if he should have another? Alright, we've got a tie so far. Ask him if he really should have another. Alright. Should you really have another beer? Why, did you want the last one? We can share. No, but you said there was more to you than getting drunk, and this is your third one already. If you say it like that, you make it sound like I'm an alcoholic or something. I just forgot, okay? Okay. So, I've been wondering, what does it take for someone to become humanity's ambassador? I'm still not quite sure how I ended up here. I guess in my case, it was a combination of the right degrees, volunteering, and a great deal of luck. What kind of job did you have before that? Were you like a politician or a diplomat or what? Actually, I was none of those things. Reza, maybe, but certainly not me. I guess it's not like you needed an ambassador to represent humanity before, right? That makes this whole process a first. Unless you had aliens show up at your place before. It's funny that you say that, because for a while there actually was speculation that you were aliens. Well, it's not like we fly around in spaceships or anything. Yet. Strictly speaking, the word alien refers to any form of life that doesn't originate from our own planet. So that makes us aliens to each other, huh? Well, I'm not sure if that would be a good description for your kind. Oh, why not? Let's just say that from where I come from, the word often carries negative connotations with it. That's no good. Where does it make us, then? I don't know. Maybe we'll have to make up a new word for sentient civilized dragons. Well, this personally actually just reminds me of Starfinder. Paizo's RPG game in space, where you have dragons, you have magic, and it's in space, and you have spaceships. What do you think about us humans, anyways? I know many others who have their own ideas of what humans are, or what they're supposed to be. I'm not buying into all that, so I'll just take it as it is. And how is it? Well, you've been interesting enough so far, and Reza, I'm reserving judgment on that one. It's so funny to see people talking about humans all the time and what your species could mean, while I'm the one who's actually got to meet you and knows what you're like. And people still don't know about Reza. That'll certainly be interesting. What do you think will happen once the truth about him gets out? I'll start worrying about that once we know what the truth actually is. Good point. You work with the police long enough. You'll learn not to have any preconceived notions about things. Take things as they are, what they take things as they are and do what's necessary. I imagine you've seen many things as chief. I certainly have. They're usually not my kind of thing. Sorry, not the kind of thing I should tell people about, though. Why not? Not sure how it's done where you're from, but people here usually don't like me telling them about the horrible things I see at work. Are we going to tell them that it can't be that bad? That we've probably seen worse? Or, I see. Alright, Raven wants to say, I see. Gabriel wants to say, I see as well. 2 or 3. Actually 2, alright. Sea Wolves, what's your choice? If you're still here, that is. Okay, I'm gonna have to say, I see. Man, look at the time. We spent all afternoon talking. I guess I should be heading back to my apartment. You know, a few friends and I do this barbecue every year, and it's going to be pretty soon. You wanna come? Sure, that sounds fun. Alright, I'll call you later with the details. Can you find your way out? Yeah. Alright, I'm guessing that would be impressed status. I don't remember him really telling me about, hey, we're having a barbecue soon. So, see you soon. See you. I'm assuming that is impressed status. Nothing going on today, guess I can do whatever. I'm just curious, is that impressed? That is impressed. Alright, congratulations everyone, you impressed it. Alright, so we're gonna meet with Anna because we explicitly have to get good or impressed status so that at the end of the date she'll be telling us about Maverick. I think it's either in the middle or at the end. For this, I can't remember if it was just the blood at the very beginning, chapter 1, when Anna asks you for blood, or if it's this chapter specifically in which she has to tell you about your test Oh right, you get a bit of lore from Maverick about halfway in, and at the end of the date, she gives you your test results and tells you about the blood being similar. I'm pretty sure those are the 2 triggers for the good ending with Bryce. So, quick question, as I'm going to come up to the first choice. Oh, I see you've seen the scene before. Do you guys want me to skip ahead? I guess not specifically the skip the scene, but I guess breeze right through it to the key points. Do you want me to skip ahead, or do you want me to go through the full date with Anna? Alright, so Raven wants to skip. I'll just be reading this while everyone makes the choice, and I will be pausing when it comes to Maverick and the test results. Do what you want? Okay, whatever. Just in time, now where is she? Hello? What's this? It's like a message. Something came up at the last second. Wait for me, it shouldn't be too long. Anna. I guess at the last second is meant in a literal sense here, or else she could have just called me. Guess we're playing the waiting game then. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was just the blood or this. I'm doing this anyways, just in case. You also get a bit of lore between Bryce and Maverick. It's been an hour and my patience is slowly but surely waiting. In the end I decided to wait, so everybody wants to skip. Skip mode? Okay, I guess we've not seen this. In the end, I decided that enough was enough. Not wanting to wait in. What? Oh, I hit go home by accident. That would explain that. Okay, could have did skip. Wait a little longer. Wait. Not skip ahead. Losing track of time happens to the best of us. Sure. Oh. Going way too far. I think, you saw Anna picture. I should have, yeah. I've got a completed game on my notebook. I just haven't completed the secret of Tatsu Park as I've discovered it. I need to get back to that, actually. I do know that in this scene, I believe, if you picked up dirt from Tatsu Park, then you will make a comment that we have our own dirt for dinner. So here we're talking about Maverick and how Maverick is tailing us, and Anna is talking about... Yes, we know about that as well. I believe we've looked at the note, and we've also heard it from Remy. So here Anna is telling us about how she and Maverick actually used to date. She still respects him for the work he does. I mean, we even used to solve crimes together. I'd be in the lab running tests, and he'd be out in the field, chasing after the perp. Those were good times. I guess nowadays he chases after me. What? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but if you know him, maybe you can help me out. I certainly can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on. Okay, this is just between us, alright? Sure, whatever. Maverick is convinced that I'm an accomplice to a crime. He made a point to tell me that he's searching for proof to legally arrest me or worse. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Really? It's nothing. He can't find proof that doesn't exist. Still, it doesn't feel nice to be threatened and stalked, especially by someone like him. That's just him. He gets way too into it and he sets his sights on something. I noticed. It's his job. What do you expect? I wish he'd just leave me alone. He wasn't always like this, you know. A couple of years ago, he was assigned to this one case. He was still relatively new on the force, young and eager to help. Then reality came crashing down on him. There was a serial killer who shook up the whole town. The victims were apparently eaten. We later found out that the killer's actions were the result of a degenerative disease, which brought his feral nature to the foreground. At that point, he was just a wild animal, turned into a cannibal that hunted under the shadows of night. Everyone in town was up in arms, terrified that they'd be next. The police did everything they could. A curfew instated and the patrols guarded the streets at night. And then they found him munching on his fifth victim. Poor little Maverick was not prepared for what he would find. I've got Remy's good ending, and he does tell us about Anna's cancer. You can find out that Anna just has a disease if you look at her note here in the second chapter. Second? Yeah, we already skipped this scene. Stand back, Maverick, I'll handle this. Miles? It was his brother. Step away from the body, Miles. Miles couldn't comprehend their words. He and only saw the rivals who wanted to take away his prey. And he wasn't about to let go of it without a fight. Miles raised his head from his kill, blood dripping from his maw. The officer's breaths were smothered by the deathly stillness of the night. Fangs bared, the feral dragon snarled and stood strong in front of his meal, prepared to protect him from the two who intruded upon his territory. Whatever this is, Miles, it's over. Don't make it worse now. Yeah, don't worry about the true ending. We'll be getting that eventually. Not to spoil it though, mind you. In an instant, Miles was upon Bryce. They clashed in a flurry of teeth and claws. Miles had the advantage with his small frame and quick movements, and Bryce did not get a clear hit. It all happened so fast that Maverick didn't know what to do. They rolled on the ground, and Bryce ended up on his back as helpless as a turtle. Miles pinned him and clamped his jaws on his neck. Bryce's claws were the only thing preventing Miles from biting down, and they were slipping, slick with blood and quivering with fatigue as he tried to push him off. For a brief moment, Bryce thought he'd meet his end when the jaws suddenly relaxed and he was able to dislodge them. When he looked up, he saw that Maverick had managed to get Miles from behind. He bit through his brother's neck from above. Blood flowed down Maverick's jaws and over Miles' lifeless body. Bryce had been saved, but the young dragon wore a wide-eyed, empty stare. By the way, Gabriel, if you are interested, you could also join us in Discord. I believe the link is in the description. Just introduce yourself in, I think the channel is literally introduce yourself, and someone will let you into the rest of the server. Maverick blamed himself for not taking better care of his brother. He knew Miles had problems and was taking medication for it, but he wished he could have done more to help him. The medication wasn't the right one, by the way. Maverick takes solace in the fact that he was able to save Bryce, but he's never been the same since that incident. Now he scrutinizes everyone and everything. I'm not sure how that's supposed to help him. It doesn't, but now you know why he is how he is. It's not unusual for him to act like this, so you might have to wait it out. Anyway, let's get back to your test results. Oh, perfect. Since you were so interested, did you want a copy of them? Yeah, I'd appreciate that. No problem. I heard you also wanted Rez's blood. Of course, I invited him over too, but that was before you arrived here. And I thought what we had was something special. Oh, it is. Rez was too stuck up to agree to anything. He wouldn't even participate in an exhilarating round of trivia board games? Not even that. Can you believe it? I can almost see the sarcasm dripping from your mouth. Still, it's kind of a shame. It wouldn't have been interesting to compare your blood to his. What a shame indeed. Let's just enjoy our romantic date in the back alley of the coffee shop. Of course. Unless you want to take this someplace else. Wait, you don't like hanging around in dirty back alleys? Let's say actually we do. And I could offer you a handful of dirt that is to your taste. Cabbage? I already have my own dirt. I just want to mention this because you can pick up the dirt. Sorry, but I already have my own dirt. Oh really? What kind of dirt would that be? Only the finest governmentally funded dirt from Tatsu Park. Your filthy back alley stuff has nothing on this. Yes, I love that option. You win this round. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. You're a bad girl, Anna. Anything will do. Yeah, that's just my preference. Gotta be looking cool. You're a wild one. Not bad. I'd have to say, okay, so we haven't picked this one before. Especially that price. This is unusual but fun. Nothing nice of us. Oh, okay. Skip too much. And skip too far. Can I go back to an auto? Stuff. Okay, cool. Wild one. Bad. Alright, I'm just trying to nail the test results here. How nice of us to leave some for him. Best choice ever. Well, that was interesting. Wait a minute, I've got something for you. So this is the test results. I don't know if this is the trigger, but just in case. Because it is related. Here you go, your test results, black on white. Thank you, but did you really need to spend all that extra time getting this done today? I just wanted to get it over with when I had the chance. Maybe you should start thinking about not going to work so late on a regular basis. Might do you some good, Anna. Why do you think so? I'm just saying, if it gets as bad as it did today, that's not a good sign. I just didn't pay attention at the time, but I guess that's because I barely go out anyways, and I didn't even think about watching the clock. Okay, point taken. So I believe I got the good status here. So what are you going to do? I'll think about it. You know, now that this date is officially over, I'd like to work overtime every single day. Sorry, if I don't work overtime every single day, I could fit you in for your end of the deal. Of course, you didn't forget about that. I'll let you know about the details, or just call me if I forget. Sure. Sure thing. Alright, so let's just check the status. Yeah, good status. Oh, and leadership. Alright, interesting. Alright, so we're just gonna skip past this, because it is a fair bit long. And yeah, I think we're gonna skip through this and then call it the episode for now, because I believe Gobble is streaming late night Minecraft in just over 30 minutes. Am I right? So we're fine. This is Damien's body. Might as well skip ahead. The card does mean a little bit. It's supposed to be a hint of what's coming up in the chapter. If you have hope, that means you have a chance at the good ending. If you have duty, it means that you have failed the good ending and you are stuck on a bad ending. But you still have someone to go out with. That might actually even be the neutral ending. There is passion, romance, sorry, not romance, I think there's passion. It means that you're gonna get a, shall we call it a Sims woohoo moment. Do I really have to stop? I will at some point. I think my voice is starting to go. And I do technically have food. And Doppel is doing Minecraft in, pretty sure it's half an hour. Woohoo moment, yes. That's what it is. So let's just skip this real quick. Hello, Cloud Strife. I don't believe I've seen you here before. But I'm glad you could join. Alright, so for the investigations, we could go to the police archives, and you know what, as long as we're here, I'm curious. Let's also skip Tatsuharu. No, we can help out, actually. Stay inside and call the police, just so that we can go back to the archives. And we just missed some other dragon, Kalim. I do like the artwork for Kalim here. Flint is, I imagine, one of those backer-supported brief cameos. So we can only get two instances here. We're gonna play a prank, because it's on Bryce. That should do it. I wasn't sure whether Bryce was going to be in his office again, but when he returned, he would definitely notice this. And now we can do any of the other options. I'm gonna roll dice here real quick, unless somebody gets to it first. That's a shame. I actually got this yesterday in the mail. I've been playing it on my Switch, and I'm quite enjoying it. I guess, the best way of describing it would probably be Lego GTA. According to the investigation, the building was halted due to the acute danger of its collapse and the damage that surrounded the water caused. Since the building had an unknown historical technological value, there is a plan in place to drain the water conduits. The legal permissions have not yet gone through, however, and it would take some time for the equipment to arrive. For now, the building was stable as long as it remained undisturbed, but for obvious reasons, no one was allowed to enter. There were patrols guarding it day and night. Looks like we're done. Ran out of time. Getting late, head back to the police station. Hey, Cabbage, remember that barbecue I told you about? It's pretty soon, so you better be ready for it. All of the guys from the department will be there. We always have tons of stuff, and some of us even stay overnight. Would be cool to have you along. I don't believe I've ever actually had this message before now now that I think about it. If you want to come, let me know so I can hook you up with the details. A dragon barbecue party with a human as a guest of honor. Not suspicious at all, Bryce. Oh, that's perfect. Let me just screenshot. Uh, can I screenshot this? Thank you. Alright, I have to make a save here for later so I can full screen that. That's precious. Really? Where? Alright, so I'm gonna call it here. Tomorrow, we are going to pick up with more Bryce, and we could pick up with Anna. I don't think she has anything directly related to anyone else. Lorem's Chapter 2, I think, does have a reference to Did You Play a Prank on Bryce? So we could maybe do that if you're interested. I don't think anyone else is actually directly related to Bryce. Lego Ninjago Movie video game is free until May 21st. On PC. Cloud Strife, I'm curious about where that is on PC. Is that Steam that it's free? I don't know if I'm going to really be playing that myself, and I'm kind of disappointed it's not on the Switch. Steam, okay. I guess it's a free weekend and not you get it free forever thing. Alright, so my stream is wrapping up here. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you guys again next week. Same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Mountain Time, or what is it? 5:30 if you're in between the two time zones. Thank you, Seawolves. We'll have a good day, and Doppel is streaming in half an hour. I just had a notification that he is doing so with myself. I may be AFK at the start of that, but I'll otherwise be there. I should be there for the rest of the stream. So, have a good day.